What's happening YouTube? Nick here at the A.G.C. and it's that time of the week again. It's part 8 of my Slimming World diaries. So the last week started off badly. I'll be honest, it did. I was at a charity fundraising rugby match on Friday night between West Park and Liverpool St Helens, and one of my pals was home from France. He lives in France now, and he contacted me through the week and was saying, should we go up and have a watch, have a few beers? And I did, and a few of the other boys who I've not seen for a while came out, and full intention of 4 or 5 pints, that's it, I'll be home and in bed. Didn't work, never does. Left my local about 1 o'clock, 1:15 in the morning. But basically, it turns out 4 or 5 pints. I had about 12 or 13 by the time. I don't know how many, I was drunk. So got home and ate rubbish. I found a chocolate reindeer Thornton's thing that we'd had left over from Christmas that was hidden on top of the fridge. I say hidden, I put it there so I know it was there, so it wasn't really hidden. Hidden from everyone else. Didn't eat it all, broke it up, put it in a bowl, ate about half of it, and went into the fridge, and the kids have ate that, and the wife have ate that over the last week. So yeah, it was a bad start. It was a bad start, but I tried to write that. I wrote it down. There's 100 sins. Okay, there's 100 sins. Probably might not be even enough. 100 sins. There you go. Let's forget about that and let's try and work, you know, on catching up, because you've got the 175 spread over the week for a fella. Kept my sins really low for the rest of the week. 5, 6s, a couple of 3s. Really determined to get that 2.5 stone mark, you know, I wanted on 8 weeks, on 8 weigh-ins, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 7 weigh-ins, 8 weeks, 7 weigh-ins. I do this every week. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm up to, but I think it's 7 weigh-ins, 8 weeks. So 7th weigh-in from losing from the original weigh-in. I wanted to hit that 2.5 stone mark. I was desperate to hit it. So I really doubled down on efforts of what I was doing. I was really good with sins, as I say, plenty of speed foods, eating smaller portions if I can. You know, obviously it's been coming off quite quickly, the weight, and I know that it's going to get to a stage where it's not going to come off as quick. It's not going to, and I'm going to be doing the same things and not losing anything, and I don't want to get frustrated. So I'm trying now to do things like have smaller portions, don't have big piles of stuff, and just a little thing I've found that for anyone who out there who's doing Slimming World, you guys may already know this, I don't know, but we were in Iceland a couple of weeks back because somebody said they do the Slimming World meals in there. I'll be honest with you, I've not had anything yet of them lot that I've liked. The hi-fi bars they do, like the little chocolate replacement bars, are really nice. The mint choc ones, the chocolate orange ones, the fruit and nut, there's salted caramel. I think they're the only ones I've had so far. Oh, and the Rocky Road, I tried the Rocky Road as well. They're all lovely. They're really nice. 3 sins a bar. It feels like you're having a naughty treat, like, you know, you're having chocolate, even though it's written with Slimming World. But other than them, the Slimming World products I've had so far have all been rubbish. The burgers were dry as anything. The chicken curry was just like tomato and water. Sausages were horrific. You may as well just put herbs on the sole of your shoe and chewed them. Going to Iceland, that, you know, was good, but they're always bringing products out, but I haven't been impressed by any of them so far. But having said that, we did get Iceland's chicken breasts, frozen chicken breasts, and the other night the wife did one for both babies, both children to have. They shared it, and there was still over half a chicken breast left, and the chicken breasts are like that big, and when you cook them, they don't, hardly any water comes out of them, so you see, because they've not been injected, hardly any fat comes out of them. They're really good. So a little tip to anyone, if you like chicken and you just started and you don't already know, get the Iceland chicken breasts. They're absolutely spot on. I don't think they're expensive either. So on to last night's weigh-in. Went in relatively positive, as a lot of people do on Slimming World. I got rid of the scales. I took the batteries out. Don't weigh myself on the scales because it's only going to do you damage. Either you're not going to be where you think you are, so you're going to go, oh, sod it, I'm having whatever, or you're going to be under, so you think, well, I can have this because I'm under, and 9 times out of 10 your scales at home aren't wrong. The scales that they have at Slimming World are, you know, professional scales. They're 200, 300 pound scales, so they're going to be bob on. They're going to get whatever your weight is, right? So although I didn't know that I'd lost weight, or I thought I'd lost weight, didn't know I was going to have lost weight or anything like that, I was positive. I wasn't, the first time I wasn't worried about, oh God, have I got a gain and I think as well, because I've lost so much so quickly, there's also not that, oh God, I've got to get it off, I've got to get it off, I've got to get it off attitude. You know, I'm feeling happy and confident in what I've done so far. I know it's a long journey. I know I'm only at the end of month 2, but you know, as of last week when I weighed in with 1 week to go in this month, I was 2 stone 4.5 off in 6 weigh-ins, 7 weigh-ins, 6 weigh-ins, which is great. For me, is great. I'm sustaining it. I'm not, in the past I've lost, I think once or twice I have lost more quicker, but I've been miserable. I've been an arse to be around, excuse the French, I really have. I've been grumpy, I've been irritable, and it's not sustainable. You can't do it, you just can't do it. So this time, I'm eating lots, I'm not really hungry at time, I feel like I'm having little treats. I've been out and had beers. So with the weigh-in, went in and I managed a loss of 5.5 pounds, which came as a shock, came as a real shock. I was expecting a loss, but nothing like that. So with that 5.5 pounds, I did get my 2.5 stone certificate since starting. So I was really happy about that, getting the 2.5 stone. Again, I'm now 2 stone 10 off in the time I've been there in the 8 weeks. It's a massive amount of weight. Everybody keeps telling me, and the ladies are really, really supportive, really supportive. You know, everybody's giving me loads of encouragements, giving me tips, and it's really, really helping. So along with the 2.5 stone certificate, I also got Slimmer of the Week again. I think that's the 3rd or 4th time, which is brilliant. It's fantastic. Again, as I've said in the past, I'm not showing you these to show off. I'm not showing you these because I'm like, look what I've done. It's just to give anybody an insight. You know, you look around. I mean, going to the classes, there's 4 fellas, and 2 of them are lads I've brought with me since starting it. 2 of the rugby lads. So it is a very female-dominated arena, slimming world. So I want to show the guys. I mean, obviously, whoever's interested in watching these videos, I'm grateful that you're watching. I'm grateful for the comments, and I'm grateful that everybody's giving support. But I was saying last night, I was talking to somebody, and I said that the hardest thing, well, one of the hardest things I've ever had to do is, as a fella, coming from a rugby culture, coming from a rugby atmosphere, coming from a lad's atmosphere with my mates. I mean, my mates were horrific to each other. We just are. That's our friendship. We have a WhatsApp group that if anybody ever saw, half of us would be arrested for the stuff that's put in there, you know, just for insults alone. Coming from that environment and having to go through them doors and into slimming world on my own as a fella was daunting. Not knowing if there was going to be any other guys there. There wasn't on my first night. I sat there on my own. It was really daunting. So if this can inspire, or if this can say to any fellas, you know, who are thinking about doing it, go and grasp it. Absolutely do it. I mean, 2 more of my friends joined up last night to our class. You know, I think that takes it to 7 or 8 people now who, from seeing this vlog, have joined Slimming World, and that is fantastic. That's, for me, that's as good and makes me feel as good as the weight loss does, because, you know, it's helping people. Even if they just get an idea, you know, if they go and it's not for them, as I've said in other videos, it's working for me. It might not work for you, but if you're thinking about it, male or female, if you're thinking about taking a plunge and going to Slimming World, the only advice I can give you is it's working for me. Give it a go. So, as well as Slimmer of the Week, I also managed to get, for the 2nd consecutive month, Slimmer of the Month, which I had no idea I was anywhere in contention. I was actually sticking. They give you stickers also with the certificates that you stick on your book, and I was busy sticking the Slimmer of the Week sticker on my 2.5 stone on my book. I had absolutely no idea when Helen announced the Slimmer of the Month that I was within contention of it. And so when it 2 months on the bounce, I'm 2 months in and I've got it both months. For me, it's just, it shows again, I know I keep saying it, it shows and reiterates what I'm doing is working. I've done so many diets, I've done so many faddy, starving myself, let's lose weight, things like that, and it never sticks. Again, I'm only 2 months into this, but I'm not bored, I'm not stressing about, I'm not grumpy because I'm not eating. it's really, really working for me. It really is. I know, as I say, I'm 2 months in. I've got a long way to go. I'm 2 stone 10 off. 6 stone is what I'm aiming for. So there is a long way to go. But I'm getting there. And each week's getting gradually easier. I'm not craving chocolate. I'm not craving sweets. I'm not denying myself anything, and I think that's what's helping with the create. Even a beer. I went out and had a beer. So yeah, really, really good week. Really positive week. I'm going into next week wanting to lose that £4. So not only will it be 3 stone off, it'll be another weight as well. It'll be, so I started off in the 21s, down to the 20s, into the 19s, and hopefully come next Friday morning I'll be telling you all that I'm into the 18s, which will be great, which will be really, really great. Anyway guys, that's it again for another week. As always, thanks so much for listening to me. I do tend to waffle sometimes, but well, all the time, but for those who stick with me, thank you so much. Again, thank you for the support. I say it every week, it's absolutely mind-boggling. The subs have shot up in the last couple of days. We're up to 88 now, so I know I talk at the end of the videos about subscribing, but anyone, if you can share the videos, if you can give people nudges, just have a look at this guy, see what you think. If we can get them subs up to 100, that'd be just amazing. That'd be fantastic. We have fantastic weekends, guys, and I'll see you some more.